For more on that story, we're now joined by Dr. Webster Tarpley, who is an author and historian who is joining us via satellite from Washington. Dr. Tarpley, thank you very much for joining us here on Press TV. Now, if we look at this in context of tough economic times, can it be argued that these negative sentiments are natural in such trying times?
Well, the negativity is fully justified. We are in a world economic depression. As in the 1930s, it comes in waves. We had the first wave in 2008 with the bankruptcy of Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, and really all of Wall Street. We're now going through the second wave of the depression, which is on the one side a European debt and banking crisis, the euro crisis, but that is now joined by this really unnecessary crisis around the dollar and the U.S. public debt. We have a mass of fanatics inside the Republican Party. This is known as the Tea Party. These are reactionaries. They're funded by extreme right-wing businessmen like the Koch brothers. They want the United States to go bankrupt. They want the U.S. to default because they figure that if the United States can no longer borrow, they will be able to destroy the social safety net we have left over from the New Deal. That is to say, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and so forth. Since they can't get that done by legal means, they're trying to go outside of the government and the Constitution to force the bankruptcy of the country, thinking that in that case there won't be any money for these programs. Now, unfortunately, Obama has not put up a good front against them. He has gratuitously, really, said that he wants to sacrifice parts of Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. That was a surprise announcement that he made at the middle of last week. Right now, though, Wall Street is making its voice heard. If the United States defaults, all central bank reserves in the world will be radically devalued. There will be a world panic, a catastrophe.
Dr. Tarpley, if I could just jump in here about your mention of the default. I just want to jump in here, if I may, and just ask you so that some economists are actually saying that neither party would in fact let the U.S. default and that they're simply at this point playing politics. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Normally that would be true, but we now have a group of true ideological fanatics, the Tea Party. They believe in the Austrian school and the Chicago school. They believe you can have a market without a government. They are neo-feudalists or right-wing anarchists, whatever you want. They believe that. Now, the leaders of the Republican Party are getting calls from Wall Street right now saying, either you raise the debt ceiling and preserve some kind of stability, or you may be sleeping with the fishes. You may get a cement overcoat. That's the level that it's come to. The problem is that there are about 70 or 80 or 90 Republicans in the House who are impervious to all kinds of reasoned discourse. They are getting threats. They may come around as a result of the threats, but the situation is now on the brink. It would never be this way if you didn't have these fanatics who are essentially beyond all reason.
All right, we will have to leave it there for now. That was Dr. Webster Tarpley joining us via satellite from Washington, who is an author and historian. Dr. Tarpley, as always, we do appreciate your insight here at Press TV.